welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad you're here. Now listen, today I'm over at the bread shed and I am making something that you may already know how to make, but I thought, well, some people may not know how to make this. So I'm still battling this cold, head cold, sinus, whatever I have. It'll be a week today that I've had it. Well, Tim come down with it last night, and so I called him and I said, hey, do you want some homemade chicken noodle soup? And he said, that sounds amazing. So that's what I'm going to make, and I'm going to bring you along with me while I make it. Now, there's probably 100 different ways of making chicken noodle soup, right? And some of y'all just open up a can and eat it, and that's okay too. But this, you're going to find out if you make you some of this, or any kind of homemade chicken noodle soup, it tastes so much better than the store. So much better. So I started out and I cut me some carrots and some celery. I'm just going to show you because I already cut them up. And I already boiled them till they were almost tender. Not completely tender, but almost tender. I like carrots and celery in my homemade chicken noodle soup. And I have another ingredient that I like to put in it that's probably going to shock some of you, because most people will either make their noodles, if you really want to get homemade, they'll make their noodles, or they will use egg noodles, the wide egg noodles. And I've had both ways, and both those ways are good. Now I'm going to tell you how I learned how to use the noodles that I'm going to use. And it's when I worked at a boys' home, and there was another cook there, and his name was Chris too, and he taught me how to use these noodles instead of just regular egg noodles, and I really think I like them better. Tim and I both do. So I'm going to get you down here, and I'm just going to kind of show you what I put in here. Now I am going to use, now you all don't have to use this, okay? I'm just using some of my chicken broth I canned the other day. Now I've got turkey broth, rabbit broth, vegetable broth, venison broth, all that I canned, but I'm using some of the new chicken just because it's chicken noodle soup. But I could use a turkey and it would taste the same. It wouldn't even matter. So let's see if we got a suction on here. Yes. And I'm going to use 2 jars. And they both have suction. You always want to make sure your jars are pushed down. I'm going to put 2 jars of broth. Now this is for how much I'm making, okay? Then I've got canned chicken breast I'm going to use, okay? That had suction. You see all that fat in the top of that? That's going right on in. Oh yeah. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour my chicken in, because it will loosen up while it's in there. Now look at that. Look at all that. Now I'm going to add some water to it, but my other ingredient that I use, y'all, is this, and I just get it at Walmart. You can use any kind of chicken base for broth, or you can use your little, what are they called? Bouillon cubes. Whatever you use, okay? You don't have to use exactly what I use. That looks about like a fair amount after I add the, you guys, I didn't even measure. I should have measured that for you. That was probably about 4 tablespoons, I would imagine. But you're going to do this to taste, because what I might like, you all might not like. Okay, let me grab some water. I've got about a little over half a quart of water. I may end up putting more. Let's just see. See what it looks like. Boy, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. Boy, it smells good. I think maybe just a little bit more, so probably a whole quart of water. So we'll say a quart of water, okay? Now, I'm going to put this on the stove, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, hold on. As soon as this comes to a boil, I am going to put my noodles in it, cook my noodles, what do they call that, al dente, or almost done but not done, a little hard still, because as they sit in that juice, they're going to still be expanding, and they'll still be cooking until they get cool off. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever cook your noodles until they taste done to you on the stove, because then they're going to continue cooking and get a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? All right, here's the noodles I use, y'all. I just put some in a Walmart bag and brought them over here. I'm going to go ahead and show you and tell you, and I'm going to tell you why I like these better. So I use just regular spaghetti, thin spaghetti, regular spaghetti. Not thin. I said thin. Just regular spaghetti. Okay? And I'm not sure how much I'm going to put in there yet, because I'm bad at putting spaghetti in. Even when I'm making spaghetti, I always make too much. Always. I don't know. I never can get it. I never can. You would think as long as I've been doing this, I could do it, but I always make too much. I guess better, more, the more I make, the better than making not enough, I guess. But anyway, so the reason that I like the spaghetti noodles better, y'all, is because we like to eat crackers with our soup. And I know you're probably seeing that bread over there. I just needed a loaf of bread for the house, so I made a loaf of bread. But we like to eat crackers in our soup. And I feel like, for me, that when I do egg noodles, and then I put the crackers in there with the egg noodles, there's just too much. It's just too much in there. You know what I'm saying? And like when I have these little skinny noodles in there, and then I put the crackers in there with my soup, then it's just right. Like if you open up a can of chicken noodle soup from the store, it's those round noodles. But anyways, I can't say that I come up with that on my own. Chris showed me that, and if he's watching, he may not be watching, but if he is, for whatever reason, then he'll know. He's the one that showed me that, and I got that from him at work. So I can't take credit for that, but I do like it so much better, and so does Tim. So you might try it next time you cook it, and it's really good. Let me get this on the stove to boiling, and then I will bring you back when it's boiled for just a little bit, okay? Don't go nowhere. All right, it's been boiling for a little bit, and I think it's just getting close to being done. I'm going to put in a few seasonings. I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder. I hate to put that over my steam. Let's do it this way. Probably about a half to a whole teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to put a little bit of celery seed. Okay, probably a fourth of a teaspoon. And then some black pepper. You can put white pepper if you don't want to see the black in it, but it don't matter to me. And then I always put a little bit of dried parsley. If you got fresh, that'd work too. Probably about a teaspoon of that. Okay. And then I'm just going to let that finish going. It's still pretty hard, I think. And hot. Yes, it's hot. Yeah, it's still it's still chewy. We don't want it, we want a little bit more done than that. Okay. All right, I'll bring you back when it's done. All right, got it all done, and it looks amazing. The noodles are just, they're there, but they're not too done. Okay, and that's where you need to keep it. So it's going to sit in this hot pan. See it steaming, and it's going to keep cooking. You know what I mean? So you got to take it off the fire. Okay. I don't have any crackers over here, so I thought, well, we're going to cut it into my bread, and we're going to have some bread. Let's see what it looks like. This is not sourdough bread either. This is just regular soft bread. Look at that. Looks good. Looks really good. And it's also a new recipe that I tried, so I don't know what it's going to taste like. I never put egg in my bread. I mean, I put it in my rolls, but I don't put it in my bread. This recipe that I found calls for egg. Oh, it is so soft and smells so good. We got to have a little bit of butter. But yeah, it calls for an egg. So I put it in there. We're going to see how it tastes with this soup. This soup is so hot, I don't think I can try it for y'all. It is so hot. Yeah, it's hot. Bread back. All right, let's try the bread. The bread looks amazing too. Who would have thought? Egg in your bread? That is good. It's so soft. Like I said, it's not sourdough. But, that's good bread. I'll leave the recipe for you underneath this video for this bread. That's really good. Can't eat too much of that though, because it's not sourdough. That'll make my blood sugar go crazy, won't it? Okay, let me see if I can do this without burning my mouth off. It's already making my nose go. Y'all gotta try this. This is really good, and it's so good for you when you're sick. Just if you would just take one of them broths, I'm sure the store broth maybe. I don't know. I know what's in my broth. So I mean, just when you're sick, just open one of those. If you're hungry, you're not real hungry, but you got to eat. You know what I mean? Just open one of them cans or jars of broth that you can. Yeah, that's what you need. The best. I see some crackers. The bread's okay. But I need some crackers. Yeah, well, 1 o'clock. I gotta get this video on. I gotta go. I got a few more things to do, y'all. And then I gotta go get on the school bus. Mm-hmm. This day's just about over. You know what? Time flies. The Bible tells us. It goes quick. It goes quick. All right. I'm going to get off here. And Lord willing, I'll catch you next time. Maybe over here, maybe outside. Who knows? I don't know. I never know. But y'all have a blessed rest of your day. I'm going to finish this soup, and Lord willing, I'll catch you next time. Bye.